Alright, so in this video, we're going to go over the high and tight Fauxhawk. Now, this is haircut, as you can see with the before and afters. It's a unique cut. You're not going to get this in your doors every single day. You're not going to be cutting it very often, but still, it's still a good idea to know how to do this haircut. And at the end of the day, it's the same thing as just doing a regular bald fade. You're just giving it a hawky on the very top, right? So we're going to bald him out real high and just leave enough on the side of his hairline, just to give it that sharp corner, be able to line it up later. But yeah, we're going high. I mean, a lot of people are scared to go this high, and with this haircut right here, if you think you've gone high enough, go a little bit higher, right? And of course, we're using the 5-star Walls balding clipper. These things run about 40 bucks. You can probably catch them for less. Great investment in my opinion. And I'm going against the grain. Sometimes you'll see me turn that balding clipper to the side. That's because that's the way that his hair is growing, and I gotta go against it. And right here I was just looking at the mirror, making sure that both sides were proportioned. And now I'm busting out my Andes Masters clippers, and they're all the way open. Now my camera glitched, so you're not gonna be able to see me do the half all the way around, but I did the Andes open all the way around, went about an inch up, and that was the finishing product. Now we're combing it out because we're going a little bit higher into the Fauxhawk, and this is the one guard all the way open. Now guys, notice when I'm cutting his hair, I'm not digging into the hawky part, right? Into the hawk. And I'm showing you guys with my comb that I'm coming off of the head. I'm going in straight directions, not cutting into it. I'm letting the shape of his head dictate the angle of my clipper. So don't cut that hawk off. And right here I'm cutting down because again I'm going against the grain, and we're going pretty high, so you're gonna cut into that cowlick area. And again, I'm turning my clipper sideways because I want to go against the grain, right? So these are the guidelines. This is the foundation to this cut. And now right here, we're gonna connect the hawk a little bit. We're gonna go to number 1 guard closed, but you're going with the grain, the direction, with the direction that the hair grows, right? And you're starting to shape it into the hawk area. So again, I'm not cutting the hawk down. I'm letting the shape of his head dictate the angle of my clipper, and with the grain, I'm connecting that one open to the body of the hawk. Alright, so we have number 1 guard closed, and now instead of going with the grain, we're going against the grain. And you can see I've been rocking my no turn. I like it. I think it's pretty dope. Everybody makes fun of me. They call me a Buzz Lightyear, or some type of superhero. And again, when you see the cowlick area, you gotta make sure that you go against the grain in this area so that it doesn't look like there's a patch in his head, right? And you know, if you were just doing a high and tight, you know, skin fade, you would do the same steps you're doing now. The only difference is you would completely cut down the top. Alright, so now the Andes is all the way closed, and I'm gonna start blending up into the hawk. And like I've stated in other videos, I go about a 1/4 inch up with the 0, which is the Andes all the way closed. And I start to open it little by little the closer that I get to that next guideline. right? That's what creates that transition. What I mean by opening it is that lever on the side, you got notches on the side too. So my next notch would be the second notch, and I go about 1/4 inch from the close position, right? And I continue to open that notch up until I get to the next guideline, and until I see that I have a nice transition, a transition that's to my standards, right? Don't try to rush nobody up, especially if you're just learning. Don't rush no cuts, man. There's no point in being the fastest barber if your quality ain't there, because ain't nobody gonna come back to you. First learn how to master a nice quality haircut, and then speed will come. Now we're going to the 4th notch from the close position. It's almost open, and it's pretty much going to completely connect everything to 0 to that guideline that I had there. And you're going against the grain throughout the whole blend. Brush the hair, make sure you get rid of debris so you can see demarcations and whatnot, and use that mirror. Alright, so now we got the number 0 guard. It's open to the middle notch, and we're pretty much gonna connect everything with the 0 guard. The only reason why I'm holding the clipper like this, I don't normally cut like this, is because because the haircut is such a high fade. If I cut it like I normally do, you guys ain't gonna be able to see anything that's going on. So I mean, follow along with the captions. If there's anything that I think you guys need to know more of, I'll kind of drop in on it. Yeah, man. And I mean, you're still gonna see a little bit of darkness or whatever. You'll see me go back without the guard, and you're definitely gonna connect it that way. Man, this is a regular haircut. This is 30 minutes. It'll take you maybe 35 minutes. You spend a little bit extra time shaping the top. And like I said, we're gonna go back with no guard, just a blade, all the way open. And you're gonna just close it as you go where you need to go, until you get that blend. So you start off with the blade all the way open, and you start closing it as necessary. And you know when it's necessary when you don't hear any hair coming off, or when you don't see any hair coming off. Again, that's the beauty of the masters, man. You can hear every single grain of hair that it cuts off. And a lot of getting a nice blend here is, pull the skin, and you'll see that it'll cut those hairs better. You pull his scalp a little bit, and you'll get to the, you know, to the hair a lot nicer, create a nicer, smoother blend. And you know, my thumb on my left hand, you'll notice that I do pull a little bit. I pull the scalp a little bit. So this is probably gonna be one of my last videos with the Andes Masters. Just for now, I definitely want to start using the walls and doing some tutorials with the walls. A lot of people have been asking me to start doing that, so that's gonna be my main focus after this. And you know, I'm not saying I'm never gonna do Masters again, but I just want to focus on the walls for now, and I'll come back to the Masters. Might drop some videos with the Masters here and there. And then after the walls, I definitely want to do fades with just detachable clippers. I think people are intimidated by those detachable clippers, man, and you shouldn't be. It's actually really easy to fade with them. Probably be the easiest way to learn is with detachable clippers, to be honest. And you can see I'm just spending extra time, you know, with connecting it with the, you know, with the Andes blade, no guard. This is where most of the blending takes place. This is where the transition, if you want a blurry fade, this is the area where you create that blurry fade. So after the balding clipper, it gets it real close, right? But I can get it even closer by just using the trimmer. And you guys probably, some people are gonna look at the way that I'm balding him out right here, but man, you're never supposed to, you know, put the clipper to him that side. You're gonna create irritation, bumps and stuff. But my clippers are not set. They're not set to where I'm gonna be scarring this guy's scalp up, you know. And that's where a lot of problems you guys run into. You try to zero gap every clipper you got, and that's why you scarring people up and burning people up and cutting little kids. This right here is a comfortable way to bald my man out. And I can't use the balding. Normally I like to use the balding, not the balding, I'm sorry, the shavers on the side, but on my guy right here, because his hair is so curly, he will bump up on the sides, so I don't do it. And right here I'm gonna pick out the Fauxhawk, comb it out real nice. You could use a blow dryer too to comb it out pretty well, especially if it's the first time they get this style. I mean, he's been getting this haircut for about a year now, so his hair is pretty much shaped the way I like it. But especially if it's the first time you cutting this style into somebody, you could bust out the blow dryer, throw some spritz on there after you pick it out to hold the hair, and you can see I'm shaping it with the T outliners. The T outliners are actually dope for doing this, for shaping. They're trimmers, you know. At the end of the day, they're trimmers, they're clippers, and they cut very fine. And you can see that, man. That stuff is coming off like butter. So it's like carving, you know. So on the top, you know, some people like it a different way. You could do the curl sponge on there, curl it up. My man right here, he likes it to look pointy at the top. So we're gonna do what my client wants. That's what you guys should be doing. Stop. Too many barbers trying to talk people out of haircuts, you know. Let people express themselves the way they want to. And then right here, I'll just, you know, the very top of it, I'll scissor it up. Some finishing touches, you know. Get all the little scraggly hairs. And let's start shaping my man up. Comb the hairs down, get all those hairs down, comb it real nice, especially around the hairline. And when you do comb it, you're gonna get some hair to pop out. And I'm gonna line them up with the T outliners anyways. I'll clean it up again. And right here is my Chi holding spray. And you guys know that just holds the hair into place and gives it a nice crispier lineup. Show you guys what I mean. when I line people up, when I talk about guidelines, line people up, the first line that I make on their hairline, that is my guideline. The first line that I put on somebody on their hairline, I make sure it's on the highest natural growth, right? The highest part of their hairline that is naturally growing, that is where I put my first line, and I keep it as natural as possible, and then I'll match everything up with it. If I don't do that, I'm gonna have to raise his hairline up to match the highest point of his natural growing hairline, and I don't want to do that. So I choose a point where it naturally is, you know, naturally fading. So again, you start at the most receding point of their hairline, boom, you tap it, that's your guideline, and then you match everything up to that. Keep everything as natural as possible. On the corners, you leave that natural angle. Don't try to make it a straight line down, because if you do that, his hairline will be jacked up. If you look at him, you know, from the front. From the side, it's gonna look sharp, but then you look at him from the front, you're gonna see a wide forehead. So don't do that either, guys. And you can see, man, what the holding spray will do for your lining. Even if, you know, it's you know, the side was bald, and I'm still able to line that up, make it a nice crispy line. And again, these trimmers are not zero gap. They're close, but they're not zero gap. They're as close as possible to the point where you're not gonna irritate people's skin. I'm telling you, your clients will appreciate you for that, especially when you line people up on their face or the back of their neck. So I'll finish this off with some Motions finishing sheen. Make him look nice and shiny, great smell, some alcohol, and he's done. Once again, man, thank you guys for your support, for watching, my subscribers, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. It's motivation for me, and look out for some more videos.